In old Japan, ninjas, also called shinobi, were masters of the shadows. They were really good at spying, causing trouble, and fighting in sneaky ways that most people never even noticed. Their mysterious reputation has lasted for centuries. But the truth about their skills is even more fascinating than the legends. Ninjas weren't just made-up killers from stories or movies, but skilled experts who trained for years to perfect their craft. They studied not only physical skills, but also the art of patience, observation, and clever thinking. Ninja plans were about reaching goals in quiet and indirect ways, not by fighting openly. They avoided direct conflict whenever possible, choosing instead to outsmart their enemies and achieve their missions without being seen. Their real value was in getting information and making things confusing for their opponents. They could slip into enemy territory, listen in on secret meetings, and leave without a trace. They were like the eyes and ears for powerful leaders called daimyo, who relied on them to stay one step ahead of their rivals. Being unseen was their special skill. Ninjas could move through the night, blend into crowds, and disappear into the landscape, making them almost invisible. It wasn't magic, but being great at disguises, moving quietly, and understanding people's minds. They learned to read body language, predict actions, and use psychology to their advantage. Ninjas could blend into any place, whether it was a busy market or a quiet temple. Their ability to become invisible in plain sight was legendary. They pretended to be farmers, sellers, or monks to sneak into enemy areas. These disguises let them gather secrets and move freely where others could not. This helped them draw maps of forts, find weak spots, and discover secrets that could change the outcome of a battle. Their careful notes and observations were priceless to their employers. They were successful if they won battles using information, not by how many people they killed. Their victories were often silent, but incredibly effective. In a broken, war-torn Japan, information was the most important thing, and ninjas offered a way to win through smartness and carefulness. Their skills could turn the tide of war without a single sword being drawn. Their jobs included stealing papers, spreading false news, or messing up supplies. Sometimes, they would even set traps or create distractions to help their side win. This was real sneaky warfare, where brains mattered more than brute strength. Every move was planned, every risk carefully weighed. The ninja's story is about smart thinking, using information and tricks to do what brute force couldn't. Their legacy is a reminder that sometimes, the quietest actions have the biggest impact. Their way of acting indirectly and influencing things is still a key part of who they were, hundreds of years ahead of their time. Even today, the lessons of the ninja, about strategy, adaptability, and the power of information, continue to inspire people all over the world. The ninja's greatest skill was the art of sneaking in, moving like a shadow through the night. They were masters of infiltration, able to slip past guards and obstacles with almost supernatural grace. They would enter enemy territory, complete their mission, whether it was gathering information, stealing secrets, or sabotaging supplies, and then vanish without leaving a single clue behind. This required incredible patience, physical fitness, and a deep understanding of human nature. Ninjas trained their bodies and minds for years, learning to read people, anticipate danger, and adapt to any situation. They watched their targets with sharp eyes, moved with silent footsteps, and struck at the perfect moment. Timing and observation were everything. To help them, ninjas carried a variety of clever tools, each one designed for a specific purpose. Grappling hooks let them scale high walls and slip into places thought to be secure, while climbing claws strapped to their feet gave them extra grip for climbing trees or rough surfaces. Simple reed tubes allowed them to hide underwater for long periods, breathing quietly while waiting for the right moment to strike or escape. Their dark blue clothing, not black, was chosen to blend perfectly with the night, making them nearly invisible among the shadows and moonlight. The most legendary ninjas came from the IGA and Koga regions. They were famous for sneaking into enemy castles, stealing important documents, and escaping without being detected. Special listening devices like the Sato Hikigane helped them eavesdrop on conversations and listen for approaching guards, giving them an edge in dangerous situations. Disguises were another key tactic. By dressing as monks, merchants, or even entertainers, ninjas could move freely through enemy territory. Sometimes they would even cause confusion and chaos to weaken their foes. They might set fire to supply stores, destroying food and weapons to disrupt enemy plans. Or they would spread rumors and false information, making enemy soldiers doubt their leaders and lose morale. Sometimes a ninja would pose as a fortune teller, using clever words to plant seeds of fear and uncertainty, causing entire armies to lose confidence. The true strength of the ninja was their ability to control the outcome of battles from the shadows, using intelligence, strategy, and their unique tools. The story of the ninja is not about open combat, but about achieving the impossible through silence, patience, and cleverness, turning the tide of history without ever being seen. Ninjas thrived during Japan's long era of constant warfare, when chaos and shifting alliances created endless opportunities for those skilled in stealth and deception. Their unique talents made them invaluable as spies, scouts, and saboteurs, moving unseen through the shadows of feudal Japan. But everything changed when the Tokugawa shogunate rose to power and unified the country. The new government brought a long period of peace and stability, known as the Edo period, which lasted for over 2 centuries. The once turbulent land became calm, and the need for covert operatives faded away. With the civil wars over and society tightly controlled, there was little demand for the secretive skills of the ninja. Their missions dwindled, and many shinobi found themselves without purpose. Gradually, the ninja began to vanish from daily life, their presence fading into the background of history. Some former ninjas adapted by becoming government guards or official information officers. However, these new roles were strictly regulated, with clear rules and oversight, stripping away much of the secrecy and independence that once defined the shinobi. Others chose to preserve their knowledge in secret, recording their techniques and philosophies in scrolls like the famous Bansen Shukai. Over time, ninjutsu transformed from a practical art of survival into a codified martial tradition, passed down as a legacy rather than a living profession. Without real missions to undertake, the skills of the ninja became more theoretical, studied by scholars and enthusiasts, but rarely used in real life. Their once vital abilities turned into fascinating relics of a bygone era, more the subject of curiosity than necessity. By the time of the Meiji Restoration, in the late 19th century, Japan was rapidly modernizing. The old ways were swept aside and the ninja disappeared from the battlefield, replaced by modern police forces and a national military. As the real shinobi faded away, their image began to change. No longer seen as secret agents, they became larger-than-life figures in folklore, kabuki theater, and festival entertainment, capturing the imagination of the public. Stories and plays exaggerated their abilities, turning them into superhuman heroes capable of incredible feats. The legend of the ninja grew, far outshining the reality of their historical existence. The old shinobi may have vanished from the world, but their legend found new life as a powerful symbol in Japanese culture, inspiring everything from souvenirs to modern entertainment. The end of the historical ninja marked not just the close of an era, but the birth of a myth that continues to captivate people around the world. The ninja's ideas of being quiet and getting information live on in Japan's modern military, especially in its advanced submarine fleet. The Tagai-class submarines, called sea ninjas, show this plan. They work silently, gather information, and stay hidden. Special batteries let these submarines stay underwater longer, making them even harder to find. With advanced listening tools and cameras, they watch enemy movements and can attack from the shadows. Japan's choice to put long-range missiles on these submarines is like the ninja's role in causing trouble before a fight. More of these submarines shows Japan's promise to protect itself underwater, especially in busy areas like the Nansei Islands. The spirit of the ninja now patrols the Pacific Ocean, a modern wonder of quietness and smart planning. Even though the old ninjas are gone, their legend is strong in Japanese culture and entertainment. Places like the Ninja Trick House in Tokyo let visitors see how clever ninja tactics were up close. Martial arts schools teach modern ninjutsu, focusing on self-defense, discipline, and cultural history rather than spying. Students learn movements, breathing, and ideas, connecting with ninja history in a personal way. Pop culture like anime, manga, and movies keeps the ninja alive for people all over the world, from Naruto to many other characters. These stories, even if they're make-believe, show the ninja's main traits, being quiet, skilled, and determined. The ninja continues as a famous symbol, connecting history and creativity. Their story is told again for every new generation, making sure the spirit of the shinobi stays strong. In modern Japan, the ninja is not just an old thing, but a living symbol of cleverness and strength. The ninja's image has become a powerful tool in world business and branding. Companies use the ninja name to suggest speed, efficiency, and being exact, using people's interest in them. The Ninja brand of kitchen appliances is a great example, leading the market with products like air fryers and blenders. The name suggests quiet, powerful performance, turning everyday tasks into acts of skill. Customers see a Ninja product as better, capable, and trustworthy. This branding turns users into kitchen ninjas, making products more wanted. The ninja idea goes beyond appliances, showing up in computer programs, delivery services, and more. Each use borrows from the Shinobi's history to sell modern solutions. The way the ninja legend can change shows how much everyone likes it. Separate from its beginnings, the ninja does well in the fast world of global business. The shadow of the shinobi now shapes how we sell and buy things. The ninja's mystery grabs people all over the world, no matter their culture or where they live. Their story, using smarts and skill to beat brute force, feels like a universal story of the underdog. In Japan, ninjas are a source of pride, celebrated in attractions, festivals, and learning programs. Around the world, they've become popular in pop culture, from martial arts movies to video games and comic books. Made new for each generation, the ninja type stays important and can change. They show control, being good at things, and the dream of being a master in a dangerous world. Whether playing, practicing, or buying, the ninja's appeal comes from being smart and prepared. Their story is not just about shadows and skills, but the lasting power of unseen mastery. From old Japan to the modern world, the ninja's story is about staying alive and changing. Their plans, tricking, sneaking in, and getting information shaped history and are still important today. Even though their job ended, their story turned into legend, culture, and global imagination. The spirit of ninja strategy lives on in submarines, museums, and even everyday products. Each modern form takes from the same main ideas: being subtle, being ready, and smart design. The ninja's journey from agent to icon proves the lasting power of their way of thinking. Their shadow reminds us that true mastery often lies in the art of being unseen, a timeless lesson from Japan's shadow warriors.